first, I want to ask this lady, how did traditions become so important to you? And why did you feel they were so important to bring into our family together?
I don't know if I could articulate that from, the beginning, but I do know that when I grew up, there was always something that we did regularly. So we always went to my grandmother's house. That was a thing that I could look forward to, and I knew my family was going to be together. We regularly went to church together. That was something that we all valued, to be together on those mornings. And then also traditions during the holidays. That was always something that we participated in. So those are memories that stuck out in my childhood.
Yeah, and I guess if you're in a marriage that with a person that has those traditional foundations, you might be with a person like me who grew up in a family where traditions weren't really important. And a lot of times Letty would say, hey, I want to have a time where we do a game that looks like this, or we have this activity. So I'm going to ask her in a second what type of traditions that we do that have impacted us so positively, that got me to start to understand why it's so important, and that I shouldn't dismiss some of the things she was wanting to do because there wasn't a logical reason. Because that's kind of how my brain worked. I'm like, everything's fine, we don't need these things. But
well, even Christmas, for example, or holidays like that, it was more of a normal day for you. Maybe there was a couple of things that were different, or you'd participate in eating or whatever, but there was particular things that I wanted to do on those days to make it a tradition, a big thing. And it was kind of oh, why do we have to do that?
Yeah, and I think what transformed in my mind was I realized okay, there's traditions even when you look at the Bible, right? Because me and Letty were Christians, and so when we look at the Bible, we see that God gave his people traditions to keep. And I realized that if you can create traditions and attach deep meaning to them, then there's that thing that you do that's like a picture. And a picture is worth what? A picture's worth what?
1,000 words.
1,000 words. And so by doing a tradition, if you attach meaning to it, whenever you do that tradition, or there's something in the world that reminds you of that tradition, it actually can teach you things, remind you of things that are important and core to who you are, including togetherness and connectivity, and remind you of your family and events. There's things Letty will drive by and she'll remember something from her past. And I don't know, I think you used to go to Branson a lot, your family, right?
Yeah, my mom was an Andy Williams fan, so that was a huge thing that they would go every year. We would go with them as well, but that was their thing that they were going to do. And so anything that's affiliated with Branson, Missouri is going to trigger that memory. But I was also thinking with traditions, a big thing for me is that it makes each person in the family feel valued. And I think that would be a key point that I would encourage people to do when you're creating traditions, to assign something in that tradition to each particular person, to make them feel valued in that particular event that you create.
So yes, make sure that people feel valued and heard in the tradition. So that's the first tip. And now we're going to talk about how we actually implemented a tradition that we created from scratch. And it doesn't have to be a revolutionary idea. So innovation isn't always about recreating the wheel, but sometimes it's about putting the wheel in a different context, right? So we did these painting parties with our kids. So talk about that. Tell us what that's all about.
So in a previous video, I talked about how art has been a thing that I have my kids do as a time of being together, but also to just relax and be together. And so I think it was maybe 2 years we've been doing this now, where we have these painting parties. I give them a theme and we all sit down. We usually have particular snacks depending on the holiday and drinks. And we sit down, we pick a theme. We have certain colors that we have in mind, and we all paint together. I bought some frames on Amazon. I bought 6 of them. I should have gotten 8. That way we could.
Hindsight is 2020.
But we're still participating. We still have our roles. But the 6 of them, have their own frame, and for every holiday, like specifically Thanksgiving, we do a fall one, we do a Christmas one, a winter one. So we'll sit down and we'll paint in a particular color scheme and also a theme. And then we sit together 2 hours or so and we put on some music depending on, that's also part of it.
Yeah.
We pick particular music for that particular
and have each
holiday.
kid add to the playlist, right?
Mm-hmm.
For each person.
Yeah, and so then I switched the picture frames. So I'd love to show y'all in a different video just different paintings that we've had, and that's been so fun. And then people come in and they're like, hey, what's that? You know, these paintings are changing.
Great conversation
A
starter.
lot of them, you know, particularly the younger kids, you can tell that, you know, they're younger, and so you can see the picture on the wall, and so it brings up conversation with other people when they come into our home.
Yeah, it brings you know, that validation even to the from the youngest to the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like a value contributor to the home, to the aesthetics of the home.
Yeah.
And it's a celebration of who they are, and it inspires them to want to get better,
Mm-hmm.
right? Again, the last video that we talked about, our daughter made this amazing painting. I wish I had it right here next to me. But you can watch the other video to go see it. It's like this amazing watercolor painting. And a lot of that is because of traditions like this. You know, they know their painting is going to go on the wall and that people are going to walk in and see it. So,
and now all of them are looking forward to the next one. Oh, when are we going to do the spring one? When
they
are we
literally
do?
remind
and,
us.
You know, we set aside a day and we do it. And so, and we've had friends participate in those particular days too. So they've come in and joined us and done it as well with us, which has made it even more fun.
So to wrap it up and to summarize, traditions bring families closer together. Pick traditions that everybody can participate in, whether it's painting or something similar to that, and make sure everybody has a voice, whether it's the music, whether it's the art that's going to be displayed on the wall, whatever it is, make sure everybody has a voice and that it becomes kind of like a mural, a family mural somewhere, like make it have real world relevance. And that's how you can create traditions in your family. And I guarantee you, it will bring you guys closer together.
And we'd love to share some of our other traditions as well. So look forward to that.
Let us know in the comments what traditions you have so that we can grow together. That's part of what we want to do here at the Innovative Family. Let us know what you guys do that cultivates that closeness and what traditions you guys have made or observed. And let's just share the wealth, okay? We care about families. All right. Jonathan and Letty signing off. Have a great day. We love you guys.
Bye.